Wait, not ready.
Oh, I already hit the record button. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode... I don't
83.
know, it's in the title card. Is it 83?
It's 83, man.
83. We didn't issue an episode last week. We went through with a live stream for the draft for the first round, so that was fun. Thank you for all who joined, mainly my brother. That was funny. You being in
And your
chat.
sister-in-law.
And my sister-in-law who hates me for some reason, but
I get it. It's fine.
Now, today we're just going to talk about the draft, who we think did well, who we think did poorly. We're going to grade every team. So, boys, get ready for that. Test your ball knowledge a little bit today. How
the turntables have turned. I get to do the grading.
Yeah, let's just start off. I mean, there's no other... I have nothing else to talk about. Fish, you want to talk about your news a little bit?
I mean, it's been a hell of a month. We're officially moved into the house. We moved in. We bought a house after the 6 weddings and the honeymoon. So we're accepting all donations to any type of fund that has our name on it. So feel free to Cash App, PayPal, whatever you can do. Any pocket change up to $100,000 is welcome. If you want to donate more, please do. No, it's good. It's good. We got everything moved in Saturday. I have picked the office. I think the office is a little tiny, a little small of an office. I think the desk is a little too big. It's a little too big. But no, we're good. It's a nice house. We've been staying in it the last few nights. No one's broken yet.
I would hope not.
Any bumps in the night or?
Well, where Andy has me sleeping faces the bathroom door and the bedroom door. In the closet of the bathroom, there is a attic, a little pop out for an attic. So naturally, my horror instincts are, because the door opens like quietly. So like, there's no creak. I would like a creak. Honestly, I like the little, a little bit, so I can like wake up. No, I'm gonna shut my eyes and then wake up, and there's gonna be some figure there. So
I'm out.
We're here still. Do we sleep much? Not really, but hey, welcome to being a house owner. So no, it's good. It's good. We got she's downstairs right now organizing the kitchen, and then we got some other boxes to tear in through. I got all of my clothes in trash bags, so every morning I kind of go through it and just tear into it like a raccoon and go.
Non-scented, I hope.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, this is the shirt and the pants I'm gonna wear today, and then I just roll out. So that's always a good time. But
there you go.
Smell like Glade in the office.
I'll tell you what, we did get some big,
better than smelling like ass.
Big commodes. We installed 2 big boys.
Recliners?
No, toilets, man. Toilets. talking luxury.
A big old throne.
But do they recline?
At this point, it'll wash your own ass. I'm pretty sure. So it's good. It's good. There's a lot of things that we want to do, but we have 30, 40 years to do it as long as I'm around that long still. So, it's exciting. I think that's the...
Caught up, you will be.
You never know.
So you guys got like a big concrete pad behind your house. You just gonna run some pickup games with the neighborhood kids, or what's going on?
So, it looks
roller rink in the summer, ice rink in the winter.
So it's funny that you say. So the family that owned this house originally were Canadian. His sons played hockey, so he built a roller rink on the concrete pad. Then
That's
the old
awesome.
broad that was like, I don't like the look of it. She tore it down. But yeah, you go outside, you're like, oh, it's a massive concrete pad. And then you stand on it, you're like, okay, this is an actual full-size basketball court. So, I mean, we'll do all kinds of activities out there. We have a basketball net that we bought from BitFTA 15 years ago that we kept saying, one of these days it'll come in handy. And God damn it, it's coming in handy. So we're going to go ahead and install that thing. And then we'll do a pickleball court, like mid-concrete slabs, and then I'm thinking the backside will have her like garden and stuff like that. So
nice.
It'd be cool. Bought a grill, Blackstone, flat top. We're chefing it up there.
There you go.
popping shrimp from.
Oh yeah, I remember you
deep.
telling me about that.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to use it once and go, I hate this. This is the worst thing in the world.
Make sure you season it regularly. My brother has one of those, and he has to season it all the time, but he uses his quite a bit.
Yeah,
when's the housewarming?
Not for a while. Not for a while. We got a lot of things to do. That might be soon. I don't know. Do I like people that much to invite them over? Nah, not really.
I just want to come help you set up your second monitor. That's all I want to do.
I do need someone to help do that. I did pull it. Now I haven't seen if it's broken or not, but I do have it behind me. I opened it up the other day and I was like, I'm gonna start building the office. Let me put that second monitor up. And then I immediately got called to pull out some toilets and a few other things. And now the box is just open collecting dust, but I almost lost one of the wires. So yeah, probably need somebody to come over quickly to help install that bad boy. But no, I mean it's good. It's good. It is kind of being an actual homeowner for the first time. It's kind of like I remember we were sitting in the bedroom yesterday, just hanging out, chit chatting. It's like, oh, this feels like the apartment. Then you walk down the hall and then you turn left. And you're like, oh, there's stairs. And then you go down and you're like, oh, it's an actual house.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I sit out I sit on my porch and I smoke a cigar and I just point at people. You know why? I can do it. It's my property.
Get off my lawn.
It's great. I can't wait. We've got copious amounts of wine too. We might have a problem, but no, it's good. It's good. That's the only big news that I've got. It's been a crazy month. It's been nuts. So
you've done quite a bit of I don't know if I want to use the word growing, but
there's a lot of chat.
You've gone through a lot of changes.
A lot of chapters we've closed and opened in a very short amount of time.
Well, we're happy for you, man.
Yeah, I'd like to think so. Now, again, if you want to donate to anything, I'll take cash too. That helps. Anything up to 100,000 for free.
So a hobby box I need to get you. So.
I'll give you a nice crisp high five.
There you go.
Does the high five have like a $5 attached to it? Or at this point, I'm a little hungry. That's it. There is a Wawa 12 minutes away from the house, and it is a problem.
Here,
so,
take it.
I'm not one of those internet prostitutes. You can't just slip it through. If you can send me your card information, I'll go ahead and do it that way, though.
Is that motion picture money or is that real?
Printed it off this morning.
Crisp.
All right, let's get into the draft. So what I did here was I listed all the picks that these teams made. I went in order of their first pick. So we have the Raiders, Jets, Cardinals, the Titans. And then the very last section or last team we'll get to is the Broncos because they didn't pick till third round pick 20 or 2, I believe. So
yeah, which is interesting.
Let's get into the Raiders. We obviously know the smoking gun here. They did draft Fernando Mendoza, the Captain Cornball himself. So
Fernando.
He is going to be probably not the starter for the first at least what? Zolteski, you're pretty good at.
So week 8.
Week 8. Okay.
Week 8.
We're getting 8
that's
weeks.
The estimate. I was off by 1 week with Jackson Dart last year.
See, I don't know because they have Kirk Cousins who by the way, his agent should be studied and examined.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they have him for what, 3 years, I think, and they're paying him a bunch of money. It wouldn't surprise me if they did what they did, what the Packers did with Love, and they sat him the entire year. He was prior to we starting, because, we were a smidge late, but prior to you starting, you had said, what about the receiving core?
It's not good, Bob.
So they have Trey Tucker, you said?
Their top 3 listed on the depth chart. Now, take this with a grain of salt. Depth charts are very not official right now. They have Trey Tucker at the 1, Jalen Naylor at the 2, and then Jack Betch, I think is how you say his last name, at number 3.
That's a zesty way, but it's just none of those, like Nut said, none of those are sexy names by any means, right?
No.
It would be smart to let Kaepernick play, let Mendoza really learn. Because not Kaepernick.
I was gonna say
Cousins.
Kaepernick's back in the league.
Either or, at this point. But you let Cousins play, let him do his thing, right? Because if he gets beat up, it's no love lost. Essentially, he's there to kind of develop and train Mendoza, right? We've seen good success because everybody thought Love, he's really nothing. I don't think he's going to be that good. And then he trained under a year underneath Rodgers, who, peyote stream or not, whatever it may be, he actually turned out to be a decent quarterback. So I'm hoping that they do the same concept where they also realize, unless they make a big splash for a receiver in free agency or a trade, there's no point to get your starter hurt or lose his confidence because you have Trey Tucker as your number one.
Yeah.
So I
don't think that man could ever lose confidence. Ever.
Fernando?
Yeah.
Ever. No.
Wait till the NFL hits him.
I don't know. He's got all the makings of a bust to me. Like, he kind of came out of nowhere. He was a great college quarterback, don't get me wrong, but we've seen how many great college quarterbacks just fall apart.
Yeah.
He gives me like Tim Tebow vibes. I don't know why, but I feel like it's going to be hopefully not a similar track.
I could see it.
Yeah. So the Raiders' top needs before they went into the draft was quarterback, receiver, defensive tackle, corner, and guard. They did draft a receiver, although it was in the 6th round, Malik Benson out of Oregon.
Yeah.
They did not draft a guard, but they did draft a center, Trey Zune. He's a Zune guy, not an Apple product guy. I think he could probably, fit into one of the other interior lineman spots. But they do have Tyler Linderbaum as the center now, which we all talked about when they kind of finessed them for that trade back in the earlier months. They finessed the Ravens a little bit. So you still have Max Crosby there. They did add another edge presence. They added Kieran Crawford out of Auburn. He was graded pretty high, but they kind of reached on their 2nd round pick. Traden Stukes, safety out of Arizona. He was ranked as the 5th best player, and all we're reading off of here is ESPN. So I feel like they could have gone with the kid that the Browns drafted, that safety out of Toledo, and probably had a little bit better of a draft performance. But overall, I think that they did well. They still have a pretty decent offensive line. Their defense had a lot of holes last year, but they did add a lot in free agency. So, and they didn't lose Max Crosby, which is the biggest thing. Where would you guys rank this draft? Believing that Fernando is going to be the guy and they have their franchise guy going forward.
I mean, if you say it like that, I would say low A, B plus. I mean, they got their guy. They filled some of the holes. There's really, you look at a lot of these guys. They didn't get a receiver until the 6th round. That was one of their other biggest needs outside of the number 1 pick overall. Was, hey, let's get him another receiver. There were yes. I mean, it's very tough to get one of those top 5 receivers. It's the same thing like when we do our fantasy drafts, right? Everybody kind of waits until someone drafts a quarterback, and then all the quarterbacks get drafted. It was kind of like it this year when a receiver went, that all the receivers kind of went. Lemon was out there. The Eagles snagged them late in the 1st round. I mean, there's ample amounts of things that they could have done to trade up to get some of those receivers. And even the 2nd round had a lot of good receivers too. I would say low A, B plus if Mendoza turns out to be the player that he was in college and transitions and they get their franchise guy. Now they can do what they done with Caleb Williams and all these other guys, build the team around them. They can draft certain certain receivers, they've already got the running back. They've already got the all-star tight end, very young-ish offense. They bolstered up the offensive line. They addressed the defense. If he turns out to be the guy, then you can be like, okay, well, I've worked with so-and-so and so-and-so at receiver. I like that type of play style, the run and gun, or just the go guy, or do you like a guy that's more possession? Then kind of build around Mendoza and what caters to his best needs, which we kind of see with Caleb. So I would say low A, B plus. I think they did good for where they placed last year. I think they did good.
Definitely addressing some of those rebuildings that they have. I would agree with you. I'm going to say B plus. I'll put him in B just because I think it really comes down to that second pick. I feel like it was a little bit wasted. Not to say Traden Stukes is not going to be good in the league. I mean, he ran a 4.33 40, had a 38-inch vertical, and he's on the taller side for a safety. He's 6'1", but I don't know. I feel like they reached a little bit on him. Zolt, where do you agree?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Fish on that. It's really hard to tell with all of these guys, honestly, because I mean, there's been plenty of guys who've not been first round picks that have worked out to be, great players. So that guy they grabbed in the 6th, who knows? He might have a Hall of Fame career. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's too early to tell. They got a lot of pieces. I like Fernando. I like his enthusiasm. I like his play style. I think it might have been the Big Ten championship game where he just absolutely gets leveled. Has to come off for one play and then is right back out there. He's not afraid to get hit from what I've seen, which is huge. In the Natty, he runs that touchdown. Yeah, in the Natty, he ran that touchdown in with no fear of he knows, I'm getting hit by 3 guys here, but I'm scoring this touchdown. I like him. It's good for the Raiders organization. Tom Brady being there definitely helps. There's a lot going forward here, so
yeah, I'm sure Tom will coach him up a little bit.
Yeah,
Malik Benson, just for
yeah,
some stats, he ran a 4.37 at the combine. 6 foot, pretty quick.
Pretty quick. He's got Brock. Don't forget about Brock Bowers and Ashton Denty too. Now that they've beefed up that O line a little bit, they're gonna have to respect the run. And if I'm a Genty or a Bowers manager, and if you somehow finesse the whole league and have both of them, they're starting every week. But yeah, Kirk being there helps too. As much as we talk about the guy, I'm pretty sure his overall QBR is higher than Peyton Manning's.
Kirk Cutlet.
I mean, he's a good quarterback.
True. You guys ready to move on to the Jets?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The who?
The Jets, Jets, who had 3 first-round picks this year. So the Jets are a team that needed mostly quarterback, wide receiver, edge, offensive guard, and corner. They did address the quarterback. It was in round 4 with Cade Klubnik. Kind of surprising some of these quarterbacks went so late. Like Nussmeier went really, really late. I know he didn't have a great year last year, but I figured his entire college resume might keep him a little bit higher than, being in a 4th round draft pick. But their quarterback as of right now, pulling up their depth chart, I apologize.
Geno.
Oh yeah, Geno Smith.
Yeah,
okay. Geno Smith followed by Brady Cook, and then Cade is the 3rd stringer right now. They did add another receiver in the 1st round. They added Omar Cooper Jr., who had that crazy catch in the Natty game, the catch of the year, they said. And then Keon Sadiq is no joke either. He's a big athletic tight end that can really run. He reminds me of Harold Fannin a little bit. He's not super thick, not a big blocking guy, but he's going to get out there and he's going to be able to catch the ball pretty well, no matter who throws it to him. He's 6'3" with a 43-inch vertical and ran a 4.39. So that is a big man moving. Most of their needs were met, it looks like. What are your guys' thoughts on the Jets draft? Actually, all their needs were met.
Yeah, I think overall they did fine. The quarterback situation, I think, Cade getting him that late, coming from a big school like Clemson, I think it's worth their pick there. The crazy thing is they had 3 first-round picks. And I think they hit a home run with all of them. They addressed the draft or the edge. They got a hell of a tight end. Now, I remember everybody kept saying this about that Falcons tight end too. Okay, Pitts is more of an offensive type player. not really known for blocking, but I mean, man, he is a sixth receiver out there. He's really good. We've only just seen him blossom, and it's not like he's had horrible quarterbacks his entire career. So
Mhm.
hopefully, this Sadiq guy can use his speed and breakability to get away from players and be that offensive threat that I feel like the Jets have kind of lacklustered at the tight end position for so long. I know they had Zach Kuntz, which he didn't really get the opportunity to go out there. I was really pulling for the guy, but being 6'7", I mean, he figured throw the guy a bone or something. I mean, jeez. Um, but no, then they addressed the receiver. I think overall, I think they did well. I mean, this is a new Jets team that I don't think in the next couple years, I don't think we're going to be making fun of the Jets that often. I mean, they still have Wilson there at receiver. They've got Hall still back there. The offense, if they can just, for the love of God, get a quarterback, they could be halfway decent. Geno Smith is just a filler until Cade is ready, hopefully. But Nut, who'd you say is behind Geno?
Brady Cook right now, which Brady Cook
Got it.
was.
Don't know who that guy
He
is.
went to
So
Missouri. He was a rookie last year.
yeah, well, didn't know he played college football. So this is the thing, right? You're getting to the point where Wilson is getting older. Hall is getting almost to that point of I've eclipsed my maximum efforts here. Now we're going to start the downward trend. You just figured, I don't know, with 3 first-round picks, you got an early, a mid-second. Maybe they could swindle something, but who knows? Cade going in the 4th round, coming from a big school, has seen big teams, real teams that constantly call NFL teams look at drafting players out of Clemson, out of OSU, out of Bama, LSU, all these SEC teams. That's the quarterback that you kind of want to pick just because they faced those guys before. He's not beating the hell out of Tulane, or Oklahoma City JUCO college, right? He's not beating the hell out of them. He's beating actual NFL caliber teams and players. So I like it. I give him an A. I think they addressed. I think they covered everything.
I'm right there with you. I'm giving him an A.
I like.
Yeah.
I like it. I think
Yeah.
it's good. They did well. We'll see if Salah can not botch this one.
Yeah,
Who?
we'll see. He's
Is
gonna
it
have fun
Mohamed
with Dan
Salah?
Bailey. I don't think it's Salah. I think you're wrong.
That's not
Salah.
Salah.
It's,
No, he's at the Titans now, buddy.
I thought.
I
what?
think no, it's the Lions' old
What?
DC.
You should know this, Zoltowski. What's his name?
and I'm blanking on his name right now. No, because he played. Oh,
He played for the Jets.
Yeah, he played for the Jets.
His name's escaping me too. I just typed in Nets head coach. That's not what I want.
Everybody can bust my nuts.
Brooklyn?
Just what was
Aaron
Salah?
Glenn. Aaron Glenn.
Aaron Glenn. Yes, Aaron Glenn. It's
The
a very
Glenn.
white guy name.
Aaron
Not a white
Glenn.
man.
Yeah, David Bailey, 6'4", 251, runs a 4.5 40. It has a 35-inch vert. He's going to get around some tackles, I think.
Sadiq, 6'3", 241, 4'4", 40,
Yeah.
and a 43.5-inch vertical.
And he benched 26 times. 225.
Yeah, he's a big man.
They got a couple studs out
Catching the
there.
ball. Yeah. That's a good pick.
That's pretty good. Quarterback stats is 1 for 2 of every thrown ball is an interception. Oh, it's Geno's stats. Shit, that's my bad.
Well,
My bad.
I mean, if he can jump that high, he can probably just say, Geno, throw it higher. And then he throws it in the ground.
I was gonna say you want Geno to be that accurate? Never happened.
All
I
right,
like it. They did well.
Let's talk about a bird team. Weren't they calling
Birds?
themselves the Bird Gang? Fish?
Yes, I did see that towel. I think the guy etched it on, but you got to give him something.
We got the Cardinals. They had all early round picks this year, so they didn't
Yes,
do
they
much
did.
moving, I don't believe. So the Cardinals, their biggest needs were quarterback, offensive tackle, edge, safety, and defensive tackle. Actually, I don't think that's right. Let me double check. Actually, it is right. Okay, cool. So they didn't address any of that with their first pick. They went with Jeremiah Love, which Fish hates, but
Highest paid running back in the league, by the way.
He is the highest paid running back in the
As
league.
taking a snap.
An
As taking
absolute
a snap.
dog.
It doesn't make sense for what they have. It doesn't.
This draft was kind of all over the place for me. I really like the Chase Bicentis pick. They need some interior guys to help open up some holes for Jeremiah Love. We all talked last year. Their receiving options are fine if Marvin Harrison Jr. can figure it out. I mean, they're pretty deep at pass catchers because they have Trey McBride as well.
Helps if he's not hurt and has a quarterback.
True.
Yeah, but they got Carson Beck out of Miami, so that should really help.
That is
solve
what I want
all
to
their
talk
problems.
about. That is the bad pick here. I think Carson Beck in the third round is a little early. I know a lot of people were very surprised on that pick. He just, I don't know. I never have been much of a Carson Beck believer.
I think they wanted Ty, but the Rams took him. So Carson was the next guy up. He's got experience. I mean, Carson's played a lot of good teams. You know, he played with Miami after transferring from Georgia. I think they won. I know they won at least one natty when he was there, maybe two.
Yeah, how old is Carson Beck?
23.
It's an old rookie. I mean, it's not Brandon Weeden.
He's not Brandon Weeden. Yeah,
he was in college forever.
He is currently listed. Sorry,
I don't hate it.
I don't hate, like, hate's a strong word, but they have Jacoby there, who's currently sitting out because he wants a longer deal. They have Gardner Minshew in the second spot, and then they have Carson Beck in the third spot. He's going to learn from Jacoby, probably. I assume he'll take the second spot over Gardner Minshew eventually. But, yeah, I don't know. Only a couple of the positions were addressed that they needed.
He's got the height and body composition to be not a a get out of the pocket run, but I mean he can stand in the pocket sitting at 6'5" and 233. I mean he's not some of those nimble guys who are like 5'10", $160, and they want to sling the rock. Like he can sit there, take the hit, make sure the pass is there. I don't know. I just don't. Outside the second round pick, I don't think anything. The Jeremiah Love doesn't make any sense. You still have James Conner. You got Trey Benson, who I advocated for. I mean, you got all these guys. Plus, didn't they just sign Algier? I think too.
Yeah, they did.
Allgeier's there now. Fish, you wanna take a guess on who the fourth listed running back is? The Cardinals.
Is it Benson?
It is Trey Benson.
I think it's honestly it's total bullshit.
Hopefully they let him go and he can go to a team that needs a running back and
they pass off
his stuff.
2,500 yards.
Look, I agree with you guys on the Jeremiah Love pick. That one was weird, really weird when you've got 6 running backs already on the roster. The guard, good. Need a new O-line. Always like a good O-line. Carson Beck, like I said, I like it. He's played in 3 natties, so high pressure situations. Kind of used to him. Won 2 of them. Came real close to winning the third. And Caleb Proctor, I feel like I've heard him. I heard his name even with where he's from.
I never heard of him before.
No, you're thinking about Alabama's guard.
Yeah, that's the one. I'm giving it a C though because of the Jeremiah Love pick. That is a waste of a round 1 pick when you have that many running backs, and you just signed a guy who is half decent.
You said you're giving it a C. I probably
C.
I'm probably close to that.
Give me a D plus. D plus. They could have traded out with that first pick. The Titans could have swept in, gotten that. They could have gotten an extra amount of picks after and drafted their defensive guy a couple picks later. Doesn't make any sense to me.
All right, you guys are going to see some live editing here.
Boy.
Chase Biscotti though from Texas A&M. That's not a bad pick, but I don't trust it otherwise. Hey, I tell you what, since we have a short intermission, right, where you're fixing some stuff, you guys ever had this Vapo Cool cough drop?
Oh, dude, yeah. Talk about clearing your entire upper body out.
I can see sound and hear color. Let me tell you, like it is. I just take them just to feel something. Like a little bit of a sniffle.
I
God
imagine
damn.
it's what it would be like if you ate dry ice.
Well, you know what's not helping is because because my ceiling fan right now is a little wonky and it just doesn't really like stay into place. And a lot of horror movies where I could just see this thing like embedded in my neck. So I turn it off. Turns out this room also, because having a big body, heats up fairly quickly. So I
Why
got
don't
this
you
little
open the
portable
window
fan.
behind you?
Because I got the AC on. Okay, goddamn. I bought a
Well,
house.
is the
And I'll
door
let the air.
closed?
My door, yeah. I don't want the obscenities to fly out there. What are you crazy?
There.
So I got this little fan that Andy got me, but then at the same time as I'm mouth breathing like Eli Manning, I am just blowing this Vicks Vapo Rub right back in my eye sockets and really drying them out.
He's tearing up.
So if I start to cry, I do get a little
Get
emotional
the,
with some of these
get the
picks.
clear eyes for red eyes, man. Moisten them up.
I'm trying.
But no, those are great. I love those things. It's literally the only cough drop I'll buy.
Not a sponsor, by the way.
They could
Please.
be.
They could
It
be.
could be. I love Vicks.
Next, we have the Tennessee Captain America shields, is what I'm going to call them from now on.
I actually like.
I do too. I like it a lot.
I
It's just
like the light blue.
it's so much like Captain Shield. It's crazy. Their biggest needs prior to the draft were edge, receiver, offensive guard, running back, and linebacker. I was very sad when they did take Carnell Tate. I was wanting him to come to Cleveland, so I think that's going to be a great pick. It's the clear number one receiver for Cam Ward now. He also has Wanderlei Robinson, and if you want to give him his flowers, Calvin Ridley down there as well.
Who's
that?
That
guy sucks.
He's in his sophomore year now. He had a pretty good rookie year down there.
Chimere
What's the
DK.
number, is it? Yeah, Chimere DK. Forget about that guy.
I think he was.
Come on.
He was a product of. There's no one else there.
I mean, if there's no one else there and you throw him the ball and he catches it, are you complaining?
I mean, I wouldn't complain about it, but yeah, Carnell a little slow on the 40 time. Ran a 4.53, but in Ohio State he was never the number one guy, but he was also never the speedster down the field. He was more of a possession receiver, while Jeremiah Smith stretched the ball. All in all, I think they drafted very well. The first 2-round picks, they addressed their two biggest needs. Keldrick Falk, who went to Auburn, he had a pretty decent college career. Didn't run a 40, but he had a 35-inch vertical, so he's got that explosiveness that you like to see off the edge. And he's also 6'6", 276.
Yeah,
that's a big DN coming at you. What do you guys think about this draft?
I like it a lot. They're how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. The first 5 picks addressed every hole that they had. Again, I would have loved to see Jeremiah Love there. I don't think. I think they still shop for a running back and free agents or make a trade somehow this year. Maybe Trey Benson comes over here because what they have right now and Tony Pollard and Isaiah Spears, it's just not it. It's just not it, right? They're trying to do the two-headed monster. Yeah, it's just not. It's not working out. Now there was concern with Carnell Tate, and you did bring it up just briefly that he was not the number one at Ohio State, right? And we all knew that, right? And that's okay.
Yeah.
Him being 6'2", 6'3", 210, 215, floats around there. He's a big body. But you did mention that he's a little slower. What they're saying, what all the announcers were saying is they don't know if he's going to be able to handle the number one workload. One, because he's never really been in that position to be the number one. Now, he does have all the right stats, but I do want to kind of keep in mind that Rashee Rice is also not a speedster or is going to break away from anybody. He is the possession guy. So if they truly use him as the possession, he'll amp up 5 to 10 receptions for 100 yards or 90 yards and a touchdown. Great. Then you let the quick little guy at wide receiver 2 or 3 bust it out and go deep. That's cool. You open things up. But this is a great pick for them. Finally, Cam Ward gets something that he's kind of needed to be successful. He had a great, he had a good year last year, a little underwhelming because the stats weren't sexy, but he did fairly well with what he had. Um, with no run game, minimal O line, and not really a receiver to throw to. So I like it. I'll give him an A. I think they did a good job.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I mean, they got, they're building around their guy. Cam Ward, the least talked about first round pick, I think, ever.
Yeah.
I mean, normally you hear things left and right when they're not performing. He went number one, but he looked good on film. I mean, if you watch some of the throws that he made, he's putting the ball right where it needs to be. He just doesn't have the guys that can catch the ball. And I think you're right on that fish about like hoping that Trey Benson or the Cardinals have 8,000 running backs. Yeah.
I do want to say that I completely forgot that they did draft a young man from Penn State, Nicholas Singleton, as a running back who is currently sitting at 6', 219, with a low center of gravity. They don't need anyone that can dance. They don't need a Shady McCoy or anything like that. They just need someone that can just hit the ground, take one step, and go through.
Mm-hmm.
Fantasy drafts, if you haven't had them yet, kind of want
He
to keep an eye on
averaged
your radar.
He had a really good 2024. I don't know if somebody else came in 2025, but or if he got hurt. Not totally sure.
Yeah, he averaged 5.56 yards per carry in college total, which is pretty good, if you ask me.
Could be a steal.
So
Honestly, it could be because that backfield right now is very up for grabs.
There's another really good running back that came from Penn State. I can't think of his name.
Saquon.
Yeah.
Well, there was another one, Miles Sanders, but he was ass. So
yeah,
but no, I mean, I really like it.
Yeah, I think they did very well.
You mean in this draft?
Is this Salah's team?
This is Salah's team.
This is Salah's team.
It's crazy that Mohamed Salah would take a break from playing with Liverpool and come over and coach the NFL. That's great. That's
pretty wild.
Love that guy.
He wanted to see the other football.
That's good.
All right, who's next?
Let's get on to the Giants, the New York Football Giants. They had a lot of early picks. So they had 4 of their picks were in the top. Well, they had 2 firsts, a second, and a third. Arvell Reese, absolute stud. Remember watching him on Saturdays.
Yeah.
He is 6'4", 241, ran a 4.46, which is faster than Cardell Tate by quite a bit. So I think they are going to use him as probably an edge rusher.
He's going to be a stand-up edge, but he'll also drop back into coverage sometimes because he can do it all.
I hate to use this guy's name positively, but they're going to use him like the Steelers use TJ. Because TJ Watt does drop back in coverage. He does play well when he's back in coverage. He's not just like a hand in the dirt, go around the corner, or like a Micah Parsons as well. So yeah, I think that was a home run pick. We see when they came in or before the draft, they needed receiver, offensive guard, corner, D tackle, and O tackle. They hit on 4 of those 5. They did not draft a guard.
So what I've read is that this Francis Amawigoa, I think that's how you pronounce it, is they might move him to guard.
Which is crazy because that's like, I'm already like jealous that they have Andrew Thomas on the left side and then him set up to be the right tackle. But if they move him inside next to Andrew, like whatever, Cam Scatterbo is just going to be eating teams alive and not having to put his face into people next year.
He went in the 4th round, by the way. Just saying.
Scatterbo?
Yeah, I think he went late. No, I like it a lot. I know it wasn't Sonny Styles, by the way. It was Caleb Downs.
Oh,
that
yes.
Everyone was surprised that they didn't snag him. But I mean, I get it. they wanted their linemen. They got to protect their franchise quarterback that they have now chosen. So,
You're
I
right,
give
by the
them-
way. I'm looking at the depth chart now. They do have Maui Joa at the right guard. They're not on the same side as
Yep.
Andrew Thomas, but it's still big tackle.
Yeah.
Big tackle to move it into guard.
I mean, if he's quick enough, but I'll give it. I honestly give this draft an A.
I will too. I think they did a lot of good things.
Unfortunately, am there with you. Look, we all know that the games are usually won in the trenches, and that's what they're doing with a dual Carter last year. Now they're getting Arbel Reese. All they need is another good D tackle, and they're competing with some of the best. So it sucks because it seems like they're turning their franchise around. Well, outside of their turf stadium, but with the ACLs that takes, so have fun with that one. But yeah, the Giants, I think, as long as Jackson Dart plays like Jackson Dart, like he did towards the end of last year, it could be a problem for anyone that plays against them. They're doing really good things over there in New York.
They're also changing the field type for the World Cup. I don't know if they're going back to the other turf afterwards, but that would be pretty stupid to install a whole new field and then go back to the other turf.
Yeah, you imagine Messi tearing his ACL?
It's Messi playing in the World Cup. He's like 48.
Yeah, I mean, he can play wherever he wants.
Yeah.
Guy's
By the way, too, just one more thing on Francis. I'm not going to try and say his last name again. He ran a 5'1", 340. He's 6'5", 329. So
Big man was hauling.
Yeah, it's good time.
You guys ready to talk about your Kansas City Chiefs?
Yeah.
Sure.
So the Chiefs, before their draft, needed mostly receiver, edge, D tackle, tight end, and corner. Looks like they're believing in Travis Kelce one more year because they did not draft a tight end.
He signed a 3-year deal, I'm pretty sure.
He's
like
not going to
50
do that 3 years. I'm shocked he's there one more year.
Yeah, I'm still shocked about that.
You just go away.
But we all know they picked up Kenny Walker in the offseason. So that's a big acquisition for them. They did lose Trent McDuffie, but their first round pick kind of addressed that need. They did draft Mansour Delane out of LSU. This was a bit of a shocker at the beginning of the draft, but I actually really think I like this pick because they did lose Trent McDuffie and they don't really have any other defensive back presence that's like great on the corners. He slotted in to be a starter right away. And they also drafted Peter Woods. He's probably going to learn from Chris Jones this year. Maybe play alongside Chris Jones a little bit, but this team is old. Like, this team is getting elderly. We talk about Travis Kelce, Chris Jones on their way out probably after this year. Maybe they'll go for one more if they don't win the Super Bowl again, but it seems like retirement talks are always out for those two. The shocker for me is they did draft Garrett Nussmeier, which he has to be upset about, right? Like, he's got no chance of playing, starting, doing anything behind Mahomes and Justin Fields.
Well, you never know. With Justin Fields, I feel like he doesn't get the respect that he actually deserves. He'll play 4 really good games, and then he has one bad game where he throws 14 for 40, and everybody wants the guy's head on a stick. You never know. And Patty, with that team having injuries, I mean, he just hurt his knee. You never know. You really don't know.
Yep. And it's an insurance thing too. I mean, you look at last year when he did get hurt, and then Gardner Minshew came in. Yeah, I mean, they were already struggling, but still, I get it.
I don't think this draft was overall bad. They probably could have addressed a pass catcher earlier than Cyrus Allen than they did, but I mean, if they liked guys over a receiving prospect, then they're really going to feed Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice. They have Tyquan Thornton.
He can keep it under the speed limit.
Yeah.
Yep.
They have Thornton listed as the third wide receiver right now too. There is a name that, we probably should bring up for some of these teams because he is eligible to play football again. And his
The guy
name's
from the
escaping me
Raiders?
right now. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's Ruggs.
Henry Ruggs.
Henry Ruggs, yep.
Henry
Thank
Ruggs
you.
the third. I think he would be absolutely. I was going to use the word deadly on this team, but just
Ugh.
don't have him and Rasheed Rice ride together.
Well, look, they also tried to do this when they brought in Hollywood Brown. That's what everyone tries to do when they bring in Hollywood Brown. That's the same thing when they had Kadarius Toney. Look at a couple others, though. It is interesting that we're talking about receiver help. We need receivers. This team loves to get just ancient, old bastards in there at receiver and just say, well, Rasheed Rice, when he plays, when he's not out, driving 1,000 miles an hour, how about a little Debo? How about a little Brandon Ayuk? Those are two guys. Debo's on the older end, but you don't need a blazing speed guy. You got Patty Mahomes there. You just need someone that can catch the ball. And, Debo is one of the toughest guys to ever bring down. His yards after catch was insane. And Ayuk, again, when he can, keep it under 150, and he's not driving by the stadium flipping it off 20 times a day, it might be worth a shot too. I don't know. There's a lot of names out there that I think a lot of people forget, and if they're looking for, if they thought that they could get 1,000 offers by next week and no one's come knocking, a vet min to play with Patty Mahomes and a possibility of you going to the Super Bowl and starting,
Enticing.
it tastes a little better than playing with the Jets.
They're going to bring Tyreek back, and they're also going to sign Diggs.
Oh, dude, I forgot Tyreek was still out there.
Mm-hmm.
Did Diggs not sign anywhere yet?
Nope.
Did he get in trouble for that pink stuff yet?
I don't think so.
Signed with a new girlfriend, though, and the other one's pissed, so... And then Tyreek's having his 19th kid, I think. Him and
study with Megan Thee Stallion.
Something like that. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of possibility. This is just an average draft for them. Like, they lost McDuffie. They got a cornerback, great. But could you imagine if both of them were together? I don't know. I would say this is a C- thing for me. It's not. It's an aging team. You need a receiver. You need this. You don't really get shit. So.
Well, I'll give him a C.
Yeah.
They did address
C.
the D tackle. I think that's a really big point of contention for them, especially right now with Chris Jones. Will he, won't he retire, kind of thing. But, talk amongst yourselves while I fix this.
Juwan Jennings is still is out there, so I might grab him too, or D Hop. You never know.
D Hop coming back again.
I was gonna say they already had him, and he did not do well.
I don't know.
D Hop's days are over.
Yeah, I would gladly say so.
I also hate when players do that, when they stick around way too long. Just
Like Travis Kelce.
Enjoy the career you had. Travis Kelce was still the third rated tight end last year in terms of fantasy.
Yeah, fantasy.
Yeah,
Last year, Patty Mahomes
because he doesn't lose any of the
interceptions.
interceptions that he causes. He doesn't lose any points to that. He had 4 or 5 that bounced right off his hands.
He's playing volleyball out there.
Yeah.
50 less points because Travis Kelce just forgot how to catch a ball and would just put it in the cornerback's chest. So,
do you think the reason he drops those is because when they're coming in, the defense just starts yelling Taylor Swift lyrics at him?
The guy sucks.
Ball coming in, shake it off. All right, let's talk about the commies. The commies only had 6 draft picks. A lot of them were late, but they did draft Sonny Styles. Their biggest needs were receiver, corner, center, running back, safety. So not linebacker that they drafted first overall, but they did address the receiver position in the 3rd round. I don't hate this draft. They are definitely rebuilding. They probably need to get some more draft capital to rebuild. They had a really good year 2 years ago. Jaden Daniels going out last year is probably the biggest reason they had that big setback. But the biggest question mark for me on this team is the running back position. So right now that you got Bill Krosky Merritt as the starter, you have Rashad White at the 2, Jerome Ford at the 3, and then Katron Allen, the guy that they drafted in the 6th round, in the fourth on the depth chart. I don't know. Like, I'm not excited about any of those guys. There was a lot of excitement about Bill Krosky Merritt last year, but I think the fact that they didn't have a 2nd round pick kind of screwed them out of getting somebody decent for that running back position. What do you guys think?
Yes and no. The team last year was not what they were 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody kind of saw, right, Debo being there, like, okay, he'll be the possession guy. His age really showed last year. The quarterback didn't really have that great of really a sophomore slump, as if you would say. He kind of got hurt a little bit. He's a little hesitant running it, tried to pass a little too much. It's just it's easier for defenses to read when one part of the offense isn't going well, right? If the pass game's not going well, they know they could load the box. And when you try to run it, you got 12 guys in front of you. Everybody did it with the Giants when they had Saquon. Everybody's like, "Oh, Saquon's ass." No, he's not. No matter who you are, you're not going to be able to break through 5 guys that are 400 pounds that are all crashing down on you. Doesn't
Unless
make
you're
any
Barry
sense.
Sanders.
Unless you're Barry Sanders.
True.
There's always an outlier.
That guy is
But
nuts.
This one here, and again, that's a backfield to kind of keep an eye on. I know, who is it, McCrockett, Jiminy Cricket or something, whatever the guy's name is.
Bill.
BCM.
Yeah, we'll call him Bill. I know a lot of people were excited to get him last year. He had a couple games where he did pop off and do well, but again, I think a lot of that was game strip. They fell down early. They tried to run it when they could. Everybody knew it was coming. I think this year he takes that lead role. I don't think there's any competition there, but it wouldn't surprise me if they got someone else like a Charbonnet type player or Algier type player who has been known to take in, and kind of fill in for that lead role every once in a while, and he could eventually lose his spot. Or you look at some of these other running backs that are still out there that maybe have a year or 2 left in the tank. Like Nutt says, this is a rebuild team. They're looking at the Eagles, they're looking at the Giants, who have rebuilt fairly quickly, who are kind of coming into contenders. Dallas, unfortunately, is always up there at a contender. Now Washington is the lowest man on the totem pole. It's either you rebuild quickly and try and keep up with them, or you accept the fact that you'll be bottom tier for the next few years. Hopefully, wait for their decline while yours rises up. To me, this is a very, very, very mid draft. I give them a D+, C-. They got a really good linebacker. Did they really need one? I don't think so. I don't know.
Yeah, I just think there was better options. I feel like they were hoping and praying that Jeremiah Love was still available.
Yeah, well, them and the Titans. So
yeah. Well, I don't know. The Titans, I feel like they got their guy. They really wanted to give Cam some more weapons to throw to. And then when he wasn't available, they kind of panicked. And instead of taking, who's the other available wide receivers? Sorry.
Well, you had who?
Lemon was still there.
Who's the other guy? He was supposed to go number 2.
Or no, wait.
Wide receiver. Man, who was it? Carnell Tate? Yeah. No, it was Tyson. Jordan Tyson.
Yeah,
was still there. He got drafted after.
Yep.
The pick after. Jordan Tyson was showing some incredible athletic capabilities in some of his videos. Had great stats to go along with it. That would have been a good person to pair their quarterback up with Tyson. But then they went with an Alex Styles, which I prefer Harry, but one and the same, I guess. So
God, I wish I could reach through the screen and punch you.
Hey, like that? We're firing all cylinders today, boys.
Pretty good.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, I think it was a panic pick, and it they could have taken a better option. Antonio Williams. Oh,
I think they're hoping he can be the next Bobby Wagner. Because Bobby was a huge part of that defense last year. I think he did retire, but yeah,
not on the depth chart anymore.
Him and Frankie Louvu together, they're gonna wreak some havoc in that front seven.
Matt Miller saying his pro comp for Sonny Styles, not Harry, is Fred Warner type.
That's high praise.
I mean, right. And I mean, you can take it with a grain of salt, but at the same time, it's like, if he turns out to be, then you get a home run. But you're putting a lot of pressure on a kid for a position you didn't really need when you needed to address wide receiver and a cornerback, and then you get none of those until the third round. Granted, you get a guy out of Clemson, but
I mean, their listed receiver too is Luke McCaffrey, not Christian.
Luke. It is his brother, though.
It is. His dad was a great receiver. His mom was a sprinter, so it'd be
he got the
able to do something.
Nepotism's the thing, man.
Antonio Williams did perform at the combine. He's 6 foot 187, ran a 4.41, had a 39.5-inch vert. So maybe he will take the number 2 spot over Mr. Luke.
6'1"?
6 foot.
6 foot. I was like, they have him 5'11".
Yeah, he's wearing stilettos that day, so
100% was wearing stilettos.
They might measure you in your shoes at the combine. I'm not really sure. I know they do that for the NBA.
Yeah, because you need to make them taller.
Well, Shaq's height always fluctuated between 7'1" and 7'2".
Quick segue. We went out to eat on Saturday, and we were at Golden Corral, and an entire basketball team walked in. I've never felt short in my life except for this moment.
Is it like a high school team or like college?
I might have been high school because they had like showcase on their shirts. I don't know much about that, but I was like, oh my God, like the parents were there. The one kid's mom was taller than me. I'm like, holy shit. Where did you come from? What car fit all of you?
Zolt had dinner with Victor Wembanyama.
Just ask Liz about it. All right.
I'm preemptively editing. Sorry. Next, we have the Saints. Their biggest needs going into the draft were edge, receiver, corner, offensive guard, and linebacker. They did take Jordan Tyson, so they addressed the receiver need. I think he's going to pair well with Tyler Shuck and Chris Olave, as long as Olave can stay healthy. They did not have much receiving presence last year other than Olave. They have Devon Vele, who was the older rookie from 2 years ago from the Titans, I believe. But they also drafted, I don't know if you see the name here, Bryce Lance. Trey Lance's little brother. So they drafted him at the 4 spot. I think that's going to be an interesting guy to watch. Coming from a smaller school, so
4.340.
Who, Bryce Lance?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
4.34. Yeah. 6'3", 204.
Did you see who they drafted after that in the 5th round, though?
Who's that?
Lorenzo Styles, not Harry, not his other cousin, but Lorenzo Styles
Jr.
A safety out of Ohio State. So I mean, a lot of promise there. He's about 8 inches taller than Harry. So
hey, he's from Pickerington, Ohio.
Here we go, local boy.
I love the 1st round pick. I really do. It was either going to be him or Carnell. I think Tyson pairing up with Olave would be very, very good, especially with Tyler Chuck or Shuck, whatever we're calling him nowadays.
Shuck like you're shucking corn.
Shucking corn. I think that'll go over very well. Now, the biggest thing here for me is they got the tight end help. The defense is kind of revamping. Offense is not too bad. Who is the running back?
Travis Etienne.
Yeah, Etienne.
Or Kamara.
Could be maybe, unless he's drinking pina coladas. But and Noah's a big Saints person. Whenever he gets on, I think he works next year, so he's not going to be on for a while. But this is a good draft for him. I give it a good solid B. They address a lot of things. They kind of beefed up the trenches on D line there. They picked up a tight end in Delp. I like Delp. It's kind of like kelp, but it's good. Um, I mean,
Great
again, nothing
analysis.
sexy. Thank you. Uh, Nothing hugely sexy outside of the first pick. I think Tyson will do very, very well there. Um, but I like it. I give them a B for where they place, what they currently have, what they kind of traded for and drafted and picked up a free agency. I like it. I think they're not going to turn heads, but outside eye. I'll take a peek, see what's going on.
The thing I don't like is they did not address a pass rusher at all, and I think that's really going to come back to bite them. They no longer have Jordan Cameron, whichever one was down there. I think it was Cameron Jordan.
Did you take him back?
But he's no longer there. I believe he retired. But yeah, just they're putting all their chips into Vernon Broughton and Brian Brees. But Brian Brees
Broughton works at the Hofbräu House over here in Newport, doesn't
he? He might, yeah.
Hofbräu House.
They do still have Chase Young. Oh, they run a 3-4. Okay, I see that now. So Carl Granderson and Chase Young is still there. So
talk about a name who could have been.
I'll give this one a B. I feel like if they addressed the edge, it would have bumped them up a little bit. But you're saying
I agree with that.
B. Zolt, what about you?
Yeah,
B. Yeah,
I think instead of they jumped on the D line. I appreciate them jumping on the D line in the second round.
Yeah. I mean, there's still good chunk of guys that were available when they picked that tackle. So if they really wanted to go edge, they could have. The Lions pick the guy from Michigan, another guy from Michigan that the Cowboys picked. Both big, fast guys. But I mean, their D tackle they got's pretty big too. So 3-4 is just a weird scheme to me. Why? Like, I don't know.
The thing with him, Christian Miller. So that's what I was looking up after I saw that they run a 3-4. He's 6'3", 321. So he's 321, but he, like, if you look at him, he's pretty svelte. He's not like Sean Rogers out there or anything like that.
Vince Wilfork.
Yeah, Vince Wilfork was a mountain of a man. Anyways, they could run him at a 5 technique. So like that outside D tackle, maybe he'll play well, maybe he'll do well, but they do have him listed on the depth chart as a nose. He's kind of undersized for a nose, but I think the league is more going towards that way anyway. When you look at guys like Jordan Davis, he's more of a slender nose.
He ran
back in the day.
I'm seeing 4.71 and a 4.9.
That's
40.
Quick. For a nose tackle, that's quick.
Yeah, that is. So, a lot of guys didn't go to the combine.
Yeah, a lot of them didn't perform at the combine. I think 300 are invited, and then, like Jordan Tyson, the only exercise he did was bench press as a receiver. Like, okay, whatever. Are you guys ready to talk about the best team?
The best team at messing up drafts?
Not too sure, buddy. I don't think so. We're going to talk a little bit about my Cleveland Browns. Their biggest needs going into the draft were quarterback, receiver, offensive tackle, offensive guard, and corner. They definitely addressed the receiver part of that. They drafted Casey Concepcion out of Texas A&M and Denzel Boston out of Washington out of the first, with 2 of their first 3 picks. Concepcion is like, I've been watching some tape on him. He's quick. He's got really, really good separation. He's a really great route runner. So I think he's going to be more of a possession guy going forward for Shador, Deshaun, Dylan, or Taylor Green, whichever one of those four start. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out in camp. But we got to talk about the ninth pick himself, Spencer Fano. That guy
Huge
is
fan.
just
Huge fan.
a bundle of joy, man. He's every interview I've seen with him, I absolutely love. He reminds me of like a nerdy Joe Thomas a little bit. They do have him listed as the left tackle starting, so I'm excited about that. The Browns made a lot of additions on the offensive line this year. They added Zion Johnson, Elton Jenkins, and then they have Titus Howard at the right tackle. And I am very excited to see how the offensive line looks compared to last year's. That was awful, but I think they took a big step forward with these picks. Now everybody has to pan out, but
We'll check back in week 6, see how you're doing.
yeah, we'll check back in week 6. We'll see what Todd Monken can do. What are your guys' thoughts on the Browns draft? I mean, Emmanuel McNeil Warren, he was rated very high. He just went to a small school, so I think he dropped in the draft quite a bit, but they actually traded back up to get him.
There's another guy from Toledo got drafted last year, doing really well in the league.
What's his name?
Fish is a huge fan. Quintanamo Bay.
Guantanamo Bay.
Quinion Mitchell, also from Toledo.
He looks so confused.
So I
No, I know.
No,
I was gonna actually bring him up too.
I like it. I mean, the thing that was weird to me is the Concepcion and Boston picks kind of flipped there rank wise. Like, unless they really wanted Concepcion over Boston, and they're like, "Oh, he's still available. We'll grab him too." Because Boston was ranked higher, but now again, combine rankings are weird. Can't, they're not the Bible. I mean, a lot of picks, could be worse. It just has to depend on how pissed off the rest of the team is that Jim Schwartz didn't get hired as the head coach.
Yeah, that's the part I am the most worried about is, Jim Schwartz is not there anymore. I also found it interesting that one of our biggest needs was corner. I don't know why that was listed there, but we have really, really good corners. We have Denzel Ward. Yeah, he's getting a little bit older, but we also have Tyson Campbell that we traded for last year, and then MJ Emerson is going to be coming back, I think. He's not listed on the depth chart. I think he's still injured, but I do think Emmanuel McNeil Warren's going to play some of the nickel. They're going to kind of bring him in and play some nickel.
He's listed as number 2 free safety right now.
Yeah, he's listed behind Ronnie Hickman, but I do think that they'll work him in as much as they can.
I'll give it a solid B.
You're going B, I'm going A.
Oh yeah, I mean, you're a homer. I get it.
I'm going a non-biased A here.
I'll go B.
Completely
you guys
biased.
are both out of your minds going B on this. What's your reason for B, Fish?
You got a lot of holes to fill. And it all stems with the quarterback. That was one of your needs. You get a guy in the 6th round. Now you got 25 quarterbacks. It doesn't matter how many receivers you have. Edward Concepcion and Boston from New York. It doesn't matter. No one's who you have throwing to them.
Can we talk about Taylor Green for a second?
The guy that threw 20 interceptions while at Arkansas?
Damn.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to use him as a quarterback.
He'll fit in just fine in Cleveland. Then
he's not going to play quarterback.
I don't think he's playing.
That man is going to get put at wide receiver 100%.
6'6", 227, ran a 4.36 40, had a 43.5 inch vert. He's going to be a new Taysom Hill, I do believe. And you know what?
Yeah.
If he plays quarterback and he's good, fuck him.
There we go. Yeah.
You know what? Maybe the year they don't use a high round pick on a QB, it finally works out for you guys.
I get to look at some other draft grades. You guys are giving this a B. That's crazy to me.
How long has it been since you guys went over?
0-16?
Yeah.
Let me look. Hugh Jackson was the coach. When did the Browns go 0-16 is the first 2017.
Yeah, so it was. Yeah, you got some time. It was 15 years after the Lions went 0-16. They finally started winning again. So
So much
you know,
time.
give it time. It'll come.
6 more years.
2032.
I can't wait that long. Fish, you ready to talk about your favorite team?
Yeah, unfortunately, they did well.
Let's talk about the Cowboys. The Cowboys, who had a lot of holes on defense last year. Their biggest needs were corner, safety, linebacker, edge, and tight end. You see the man waving at you in the picture there. They did get a safety. They got Caleb Downs, which is probably the number one safety in the entire draft. They quickly drafted 2 edge rushers after that with Malachi Lawrence and Jayshon Barham at a UCF in Michigan. Not sure if Jerry drafted Malachi Lawrence just because his last name is Lawrence and he has had, success with that in the past, but I think overall they did address a lot of the needs that they had in this draft. Linebacker, not so much, but we'll see where that.
Well, Barham
us.
played off-ball linebacker at Michigan too.
Did
He's
he?
done both.
Okay.
Yeah, he did. He played edge end there, and I mean, Michigan's defense has been really good for the past couple of years. That's a really good pick. Caleb Downs' pick is very, very good. Very, very good. I hate that. I don't want the Cowboys to be good.
Yeah, the Caleb Downs pick is huge.
They'll shoot themselves in the foot somehow.
Yeah.
Although he's not listed on the depth chart.
Huh. Who?
Caleb
They
Downs.
release him already?
I find that interesting. They still have Jalen Thompson and Malik Hooker as the starters. Oh, they have him listed at nickel. Caleb Downs, nickelback. So I think this is a really good draft.
Say it, but yeah, I hate to say it, but it's an A.
Yeah.
I'll give them a B. They still didn't address a couple positions.
I'd say float between B, probably on the upper echelon of B plus. They for what they needed and what they did in the offseason too. This team's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem.
Might come for that NFC North title.
I mean, I doubt it, but
Yeah, I mean,
they come close.
You know what they say, Dak?
I mean, what is just
Dak's pretty good.
Tight end they didn't take care of.
Linebacker as well.
I think they're going to use Barham as a linebacker as well. So I think he kind of fills 2 of those holes there.
They also have Ferguson at tight end, and he's still young. They don't need to do anything else there.
And use Control Alt I, so it brings it to the front without you having to right click on it. There you go.
Really?
Keyboard shortcuts, buddy.
Didn't know that was a thing. Okay.
Nice,
literally told you right there. I just read it.
Yeah, I'm not paying attention to that. Next we have the Dolphins, who
That's
had
a lot of picks.
I think the most picks in the draft, if not very close to that. The Dolphins, can you guys tell me what's different about their logo from this year to next year or last year?
The underbelly's more defined.
It looks like it's not concussed.
It's more orange. That's all they did.
Yeah, I'm red-green colorblind. You go fuck yourself.
They made it more orange. I was so excited when they announced they were coming out with a new logo. I thought it was going to be back to the dolphin with the helmet. It was like,
yeah,
it's
that
such
one's
a good logo.
I actually really like that logo.
Yeah, they fucked it. So I vividly remember watching their first round pick, Caden Proctor. They were talking about him splitting out wide to catch some passes. Fish, you remember that?
I do. I remember that.
It was when Zoltowski was either
he wasn't there yet,
away from the draft, or I don't know. Either one.
No, I think I was there for that. I think I was dealing with my kid.
Okay. Yeah, he's 6'6", 352. I think he's going to be a very good offensive lineman, but for them putting him out wide, I don't think that's going to happen. They did have 6 picks in the top 3 rounds. where they addressed some of their needs. Those needs were receiver, corner, edge, tight end, and safety. So I think they went with best player available at the 12th spot because they did trade back, and then they did draft a corner next, a linebacker next, a receiver after that, and then they got their tight end and then another receiver. So they drafted 3 receivers this draft. Get Malik Willis some help that's not named.
Jalen Waddle.
Jalen Waddle's not there anymore.
He's gone.
Is he? Where did I miss that?
Mm-hmm.
Where did Jalen Waddle go? Oh, he's a Denver Bronco.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I missed
Went
that.
from one orange to another orange.
Was that my
When did
honeymoon
that
that happened?
happen?
I don't know.
2 days ago.
Oh,
What? Anybody get a text
No.
from that?
no. March 18th.
Oh,
They
What?
traded him and a 4th round for. That's where they got the 30th.
interesting. Okay.
Or the Jets had the 30th. I don't know. Draft pick trades are weird.
They probably did a lot of trades, but this team definitely rebuilding. I think that they brought in some good pieces. Caden Proctor being one of those. No, I like their draft. I mean, they have more shots to hit big on with these guys. We know that they're going to save some money with Malik Willis the next couple years. I know he signed a 3-year deal. It was for a bit of money. I don't think it was a crazy amount. Do you guys remember what that was for? It wasn't like a Matt Flynn contract or anything like that.
Was it? Oh, man, it was like 75, like 100. Let me say. 3 years, 67.5.
But not crazy. I mean, in
45
the
guaranteed.
quarterback market, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's pretty good. But then a guy who hasn't really played much.
Yeah. I think they're going to rely a lot on his ground stats for next year.
As they should. That's his strength.
Him and Achan and then Ollie Gordon, they're probably going to be a very
Yeah. Well, and
high running team.
the tight end they picked up from Ohio State, I mean, he's a blocking tight end.
Yeah.
He's a blocking tight end.
Smart.
I like it.
No, I do too.
Yeah, I mean,
pick, I think it's going to be great for them.
Yeah. They realize that they don't want their quarterback to have 7 concussions. So, good choice there.
Right. And already had early set rigor mortis on his hands. So, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Give it a B+.
Yeah, I'll give it a B as well. So you said Control Alt and what?
Control Alt I. That's what it said. Unless I can't read it because it's blurry.
Oh, now it's gone
But
forever.
If you look at it, I'd had it there a minute ago.
Instructions are unclear. I'm just going to right click it every time.
That's fine.
We are about halfway through the teams. We have 4 more to get through, and then we'll be halfway through. We're going to do this in a 2-parter. We weren't sure how this was going to work, but for the back half of the league, we're going to do a second episode for. We'll have to figure out when we can all do that together.
We could just roll it into next week, man.
Or else this will be a 3-hour draft or a 3-hour show. But let's talk about the Rams. I hate their draft, personally.
Yeah, this one sucks.
Ty Simpson, I mean, he could be good, could be the guy, could be the successor of Stafford, but I think they reached.
Alabama quarterbacks do not do well in the NFL. They just don't. Same thing with OSU quarterbacks.
Unless they transfer to another school. And they're pretty decent.
He didn't, McVay didn't look happy about that pick.
No.
McVay did not look happy about that pick. The Browns were supposed to take him later, like in the second round. I'm kind of glad that didn't happen, just for what you said about Alabama quarterbacks in the NFL. They normally don't pan out unless they're Jalen Hurts. But see, their biggest needs going in were receiver, offensive tackle, corner, quarterback, and tight end, which I thought receiver was kind of interesting that was the number one need. But they did address that in the 6th round. They got C.J. Daniels out of Miami, not Chase Daniels, but C.J. Daniels. I think this draft was a mess for them. They only had 5 picks. Yeah, they hit most of the guys that they wanted to, but I think Ty Simpson was early. Max Clare, he may be good. Who knows? I mean,
He's pretty decent in college.
They didn't hit anybody over a moat. It's like goodness. This is a turnoff draft.
yeah.
The Ty Simpson thing, everybody was like, there's always one team every year that does the whole Daniel Jones. I'm gonna draft him early as shit and see what happens. Granted, the Rams are fine, right? They got Stafford for until he's 80 if he really wants to. I mean, they got a receiving core that is unheard of. They don't need to address. I mean, sure, add a tight end. He's going to be the 9th option on the team for any type of passing stat. So maybe, hopefully, he could block.
He's also listed as the 4th tight end right now.
Yeah.
So give me a D-. I don't like it. I think it's awful.
I might go F here, honestly.
I'm in the middle.
Yeah, put me in the middle. Put me in the middle.
We straddling together.
In the middle.
We all straddling the Rams together, boys.
It's just a bad draft. It's not good.
Left some things to be desired, I think.
Yeah.
But you're right. They're good until Stafford decides to hang it up next year. Kyron, Puka, Devontae, studs. Colby Parkinson, stud. And then their front 7 for defense is one of the scariest front 7s in the league. And then they added Trent McDuffie as well.
Yeah, so like at the end of the day, like what did you really need to add?
Yeah. I mean, none of these guys are listed at starting positions anywhere for this team.
Yeah.
So
no.
It's just the Ty Simpson pick just brings it down so much.
Yeah. They could have gotten a stud receiver there, man.
Yeah. I mean, you pick.
I get
that because, Devontae is getting up there. You need a receiver to replace him. But instead you get a quarterback. Like Matt Stafford I don't think he was active in the offseason last year at all because of his back. And then he won MVP. So
before we move on to the Ravens, do you guys think they're worried about Puka?
Yes.
I think so too.
I think they are because you've seen, look, he's a young kid. Cool, I get it. Young kids do stupid things. But you've seen the videos and everyone has a camera on them. He's one slip away from being in rehab, which I think they threatened earlier this year, saying that he's going to check himself in. Brother, you're 23. What do you wait till you're 45 to do the whole rehab thing? Like, just ride it out. So I think, in Zoltowski's point, I think they're correct. They should have snagged an absolute stud of a receiver.
Yeah.
In forecast that Puka might not play all of next year, right? He might play a handful of games. Hopefully, he plays the whole year. Great. Nothing happened. He learns from his ways. Cool. But there's always that small implication of what happens if he doesn't play? Then you have Devontae Adams, who's your number 1, who is a great number 1. Who's your number 2?
Jordan Whittington.
Okay. Could you imagine an Adams and then a Lemon?
Puka did go to rehab, by the way, last month.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, he might have a return trip. So there's just too many implications with him of the uncertainty of the future of him being the number 1 there. So why not draft a stud?
I mean,
guy?
the only guys that were off the board were Tate and Tyson, so everyone else was still there. And I mean, I can kind of understand wanting to have a guy learn under Stafford just in case this might be his last year. But I mean, you grab him in the second round. You've got 3 other decent tight ends that aren't that old. I think their number one is who? Colby Parkinson, whatever his name is. He's like 27, and he had a couple really good games last year, and he's always been decent. But could have picked someone up in the second. Yeah, Higbee. Yeah, I mean, Beck, Drew Aller, Cade Klubnik, all those guys, Garrett Nussmeier, were still available.
And they
could have took him in the second.
Stafford, I think it was a pretty high reach there.
Unless they really wanted Tate or Tyson, and then again panicked for some reason when there was 8 years between picks because of all the commercials.
There was a lot of commercials.
So many commercials.
Next, we have the Baltimore Ravens. You see their biggest needs before the draft were corner, safety, D tackle, offensive guard, and receiver. They decided to take their offensive guard in the first round, which this kid is an absolute stud. I mean, I hate that they took him. That he's probably going to fill that Tyler Linderbaum role a little bit, but they call him Vega Ione, I think. So he's gonna probably be a day one starter there for the Ravens. They did address the receiver position twice in the 3rd and 4th round. Jacoby Lane, Elijah Starrett, Elijah from the Indiana squad. So I think what's his name? Lamar Jackson is gonna have some pretty decent receiving options next year.
They also signed Diego too, I think today. So.
Oh yeah, Diego Pavia.
Pavia.
He's behind Tyler Huntley on the depth chart right now, which is not surprising, but
that's because he's like 5'2".
Hey, guy's a clown.
So.
They do still have Zay Flowers or Rashad Bateman, receiver 1 and 2, with Jacoby Land and Elijah Starrett backing them up. And then Devontae Walker is the 3rd receiver. I've never heard of this guy's name. Oh yeah, I have. He played there last year. He had
they drafted targets. 2 tight ends. One's got a stick, right? Mark Andrews is 8,000 years old and can't catch the ball anymore.
And they don't have Isaiah Likely anymore. So
no, he's at the Giants.
Yeah, he got swindled to go to the Giants.
Yeah.
Is he at the Giants? Oh, yeah, he is at the Giants.
Yes, he is. But it's an automatic A because they drafted a punter, and that's always fun to see punters get drafted.
That's pretty sick.
That you're going to give it an automatic A because there's a Michigan player being drafted?
No.
I mean, I'll give it a B. They didn't address the safety. I know Kyle Hamilton's a stud, but they probably need a extra safety because they do line him up at linebacker quite a bit when they run like the nickel. So I think that was a little bit of a tough decision there that they didn't do that. I'll give him a high B plus, as much as it pains me to do so.
I give him a solid middle B.
Yeah, put me at a B as well. I like the receiver picks. I like how they went edge. They got a little bit, a small guy, a guy from Penn State as an offensive guard. So I like it. I like it. I'm kind of hoping. I'm just being facetious, but
big word
the
for
wide
you.
receiver, it's just in the normal routines, the regiment here of copious amounts of words that I know. But the receivers, though, it is something interesting where I've never believed that Zay Flowers is always a traditional number 1. I think he is the best utilized as a number 2 or even that slot guy. He's quick, he's shifty. He's got enough size on him of being at like 5'10", 5'11", where he could go for those jump balls, but he's the quick, shifty guy. He doesn't need to have the number 1 on him. The 2 receivers that they drafted on the 3rd and 4th round, Nutter and Zoltowski, Lane sitting at 6'4", 200 pounds. and Sarah sitting at 6'2", 210. These are big bodies. These are number ones based on physique. Bateman is on the way out. Bateman is about 1,000 years old. He should have retired a few years ago. He's had a resurgence in his career. But what is he known for? Deep ball threat. That's all he's known for.
Yeah.
He's not catching in the lane and breaking a tackle. He's running a streak or a go, and then the ball finds his hands, and he goes, "Oh, awesome, touchdown." Zay Flowers, and I'm kind of hoping that one of these guys eventually push Bateman out and take over the number one reins, and then put Zay Flowers in the number two, and really see what he can do, and see how shifty he is, and be that guy for the yak or those quick. I mean, get 10 receptions for 50 yards. Great. Open the game up a little bit. And when you open up the passing game, because you still have Derrick Henry, that freak of an athlete behind you, now we kind of open up into Lamar's best Lamar. His run game, the ability to keep defenses thinking that he's going to run it at any minute, or could pass it, or do a pitch option backflip to Derrick Henry. You got 1,000 options, but I think it's starting with getting Zay in the number two or that slot and letting everybody else, kind of the big bodies, go in there, take that number one coverage out, and just running from there. So I like it. I think it's a good little thing here. But I mean, they got a tough division. They got outside the Browns, they got a tough division. But it's your favorite team, though, not. So I mean, I'm glad you got to weigh in and gave him high praise on that.
Couldn't hit a person more.
I mean, I like it. My biggest thing is they get absolutely swindled in the offseason by the Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They think they're getting Crosby, and instead, no, and then they get the Raiders take their center. I like the Penn State guard a lot. Lamar was running for his life last year, and he did a good job at it, but yeah. I mean, it's just a nice solid draft, I think you're right with the receivers, though.
It's a good draft. I mean, hopefully that's how it turns out, because Flowers is a great ball player, but it's not a number one.
Oh, he
could do it
to be a number one, unfortunately. Right.
I feel like number one, you just need a big body for the jump balls, to be physical with the number one corner. And guess what? If the number one corner shadows to the number two receiver, then you got a number two corner, a number one, big body. You throw him the ball all day. It's not hard. Well, what do I know? I'm just a small town kid, All
right, next we got the Buccaneers. Their biggest needs going into the draft were edge, corner, D-tackle, linebacker, and tight end. This is another team that does run a 3-4. So their number one pick, Ruben Bain Jr., is going to line up in that outside linebacker spot. I believe he can do, kind of both things that they're going to require him to do. He's going to be able to drop back in coverage. He's also going to be able to rush the passer. He was very good at rushing the passer in college. He's going to pair nicely with Vita Vea at the nose. They also drafted Josiah Trotter, Jeremiah Trotter Jr.'s brother and Jeremiah Trotter Sr.'s son. So I believe there was a lot of Pittsburgh fans that were mad that he went, because they really like nepotism there. I don't know if you know that. Joey Porter Jr.'s there. But no, I think overall they did well in this draft. The one that's kind of surprising to me is they did pick another receiver in the third round at the 20 spot. They picked Ted Hurst. We know about the receiving options in Tampa Bay are not what they used to be. They have Chris Godwin listed at the 1, Emeka listed at the 2, Jalen McMillan, who was out most of last year with a neck injury, listed at the 3, and then you have Tez Johnson and now Ted Hurst. That's probably going to round out the 5 that stay on the roster. But overall, I think they hit every metric. So
Godwin's 30. He's up there, and yeah, they got Tez, but you never know.
Ted Hurst is a big receiver too. 6'4", 206.
Yeah, I really like the Ruben Bain.
I do too. They a lot of teams let him fall. Now, I'd like to think it's because he might have the world's smallest arms for being a football player. A lot of people on social media are saying that he's got T-Rex arms, and it always makes me think of Meet the Robinsons.
Yeah.
The T-Rex, like little arms, with big head.
Damn it, fish.
I think a lot of people kind of overlooked him. His low center of gravity is when he's blowing past the guard. I mean, he is 2-3 inches off the ground at that point. So his ability to get around those guards, being his size and stature, his quickness, he's going to wreak a lot of havoc back there. Now, will he be able to touch them? It might take an extra few seconds because I think his helmet will hit first, then his arms. But that's besides the point. Like you guys said, I think they addressed everything. The receiver pick, I think they're trying to look for that Mike Evans replacement. They need another. I keep going back to a big physical guy, but
he's got the size.
Literally what
Works.
Mike Evans was. So I like it overall. I think they addressed a lot of great things here, and hopefully we can kind of see them, be the old Buccaneers that we knew a couple years ago.
6'4", 206, runs a 4'4", 240 with a 36.5-inch vert.
Literally think that's what Mike Evans was. I think it's a carbon copy.
Yeah.
I like the guard pick
right.
too. No, I mean, obviously Jeremiah Love is a beast, but like, good O-line helps with that.
Yeah.
Oh, 1,000%. 1,000%.
I think I give this one a high B, if not an A.
A B plus.
Give me I'll play an A. I think it's good. I think they addressed everything. They addressed the knees. They got future. They just have to get, fitted arm sleeves. That's it, though. But I mean, he get plenty of time in the offseason to get those extenders.
He's not a crazy tall guy. Like, he's only 6'2". He's not. It's not like he's 6'6" out there with.
That's huge.
Well,
6'2" is massive.
compared to some folks, but
I mean, I don't know.
I like it. I think it's a great. He's
gonna have more leverage though with shorter arms, just to be able to manhandle people.
That's what I was gonna say. He's like a John Randall type.
Yeah.
He was a D tackle, but he was
like a Dwight Freeney.
And the Bucks also
yeah.
signed. Oh, the Lions had him. Quadine
Terraro?
Muhammad, I think his name is. They picked him up in free agency, and he had like 11. No.
Oh, he's also on the roster.
Yeah. Oh, did they get him? They might have signed him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they did. Anzalone.
Yeah, but Muhammad had 11 sacks last year, so he's 31, so he's still pretty decent edge in there too. So another good guy to learn from.
Oh, I see who you're talking about. I don't know if I'm allowed to say his name.
Yeah, Quadine Muhammad. He's listed as a linebacker, but he plays edge. Like, he's one of those stand up.
We're talking about your Lions?
Yeah, talking about my Lions. I like it.
Is this the last squad we're ending with?
This is the last squad, and then we'll do the second half either later.
Yeah, the
this
Eagles
week or
are
next
just
week.
like way down there. Sorry, Fish, you gotta wait.
Yeah, you gotta.
I really want to talk about the white safety we did draft. So, yeah.
I want to talk about that edge that you guys drafted.
Out of Nigeria?
The dude from Nigeria.
Yeah, I also want to talk about the offensive lineman who is an actual mountain. So, yeah, we got plenty of time.
The Lions' biggest needs going into the draft: edge, D tackle, O tackle, corner, and running back. Running back's a wild one there.
That's a wild one there. Don't count that one.
You need a number two.
That's true. Yeah. Well, I mean, they have Pacheco.
Yeah, they did sign Pacheco.
Like I said, you need a number two.
It's a serviceable number two.
You need a number two.
He was a 1,000-yard rusher a couple years ago. You guys did hit on for those five. They also ignored the running back position like you and I are. But Blake Miller.
Again, Cardinals are going to have running backs for people to pick up. It's fine.
True. Yeah. You just hold them all as trade bait.
Trey Benson?
Possibly.
No, because I want him to go somewhere where he can start the Titans.
Titans would be nice.
So your first pick, Blake Miller, looks like they are going to start him at right tackle, and they're going to kick Penei Sewell out to the left, which is interesting.
It's fine.
Um,
He's fine.
He's been an absolute stud at right tackle for so many years, so who knows?
It's fine.
I think he'll be
Panay's-
fine. But
Panay's one of the best. One of the best. He'll be fine.
you guys
I
went with
was
a couple
yeah,
homegrown boys.
homegrown boys. Derek Moore. I think he might have played with Hutch. No, I don't think he played with Hutch. But he is also an animal. Don't know much about Roller. Didn't see much on him. Kendrick Law. I remember hearing him, the wide receiver from Kentucky. Even though we have enough wide receivers, but I guess if God, what's his name? Why can't I think of his name? If JMO can't catch the ball, don't play him. I love the guy, but if you can't catch the ball, don't play him.
Greg Dortch.
Who?
Hopefully Tesla takes a step
But-
forward this year.
I mean, he didn't see a whole bunch of playing time. He won me some money in the Christmas game. Said he was going to score a touchdown. And he did. He's got a lot of potential.
He does.
The receiving core is also just very strong. I like it. I was bummed that they didn't pick Freeling, but then doing a little bit more research, I like Miller more because he has more experience. Like, he played 3,778 snaps in college. I don't think he missed a game. Yeah, started 54, whereas Freeling only had 17 starts under his belt. So after I learned that, I was like, okay, I'm fine with that. But I mean, yeah, I like it. Needed some help on defense is the biggest thing, and shored up the offensive line. So excited to see what else we do in free agency when that opens up a little more.
Well, free agency's technically passed, but
Technically, but
you're
there's
talking
outside
about
players.
off season, like
Yeah,
when the mini camps and all that start. Yeah, I know
yeah,
what
it's
you're talking
still
about.
free. It's still free agency. They just don't call it free agency.
Yeah, waivers pick guys up. Tesla last year had 16 receptions. 6 of those were touchdowns.
Yeah, and his first one was like a one-headed snag. So
Yeah, so I'm glad
Yeah.
he's going to be the wide receiver 3 there now. No more
yeah,
Tim Patrick or anybody else.
Derek Moore's 6'4", 255.
Big boy.
Yeah,
Did he perform at the combine?
I think he definitely had pro day. I don't know. There was a lot of like scandals going on at Michigan
You don't say.
because they're dumb. I'm glad Sharon's gone. He did not perform at the combine.
He did not. Yeah.
Let's look at his pro day stuff. See if I can find it real quick.
Pro day stuff is
30-inch vertical, 9.7 broad jump. Do not see a 40 time.
no. I think that's a really good pick. I mean, you guys desperately needed someone else coming off the other side last year. I mean, Hutch was kind of doing it all himself, so I think he's going to just improve the entire defense overall because Hutch is going to be able to kind of surprise some people because they're not just going to run away from him the entire game. So yeah, I think overall your draft was pretty decent. I give it a solid. Give it a B plus.
I think you got one of the most versatile offensive linemen in the draft. I know ahead of time a lot of the Eagles were looking at him because we needed a Lane Johnson replacement, and Blake Miller kind of fit that scheme of, because us, we like our offensive linemen to either be huge, stout men who are just in that position, or someone that we can plug and play throughout the line like we did a few years ago, and it worked out. Blake Miller fit that scheme perfectly, so I think you're getting an absolute knockout with him. I know you wanted Freeling, but you get the experience and the versatility where if you do get an injury on the offensive line, you don't have to sign somebody else to be like, hey, Blake, shift over one, dog. Play it. And he can play it comfortably. So I think you guys will be back in full-fledged form. The running back thing, you need a number 2. You need a number 2. But no, I think you guys addressed everything. I think with Isaiah Tesla.
The Slaw.
Slaw, baby.
Yeah. Don't forget too, we Cade Mays from the Panthers.
Billy Mays' brother.
Billy Mays Hayes.
That's
Cade
crazy.
Mays here.
I mean, Tesla. I think you guys would be fine. I mean, I'm excited to finally see what that team can do while David Montgomery is not running them into the ground. So,
Yeah, true. I think
Script-
Isaiah
Yeah,
Pacheco is going to be a much
I-
better running back.
Yes.
I
too.
think also
Totally
we had
agree.
the same problem the Eagles had last year.
Coaching.
Dumbass OC. Because
Yeah.
once Dan Campbell took over, it got a little bit better.
Take that guy out back and
So,
shoot him.
It just
That guy was
burn his
bad.
house down.
Everybody kept
And if the
complaining.
defense can just fucking stay healthy for 1 year, please.
Everybody kept complaining, like, "Oh, they're throwing rocks at his house." Why don't you coach better? They want to throw rocks at your house.
Yeah.
Where are you guys ranking this one?
Oh, I like a B. I think solid
give it a
B.
B. Solid B.
Solid B is good. They
Solid
address a lot of
B.
things.
I like it. Thank you.
That Hutch help is going to do one.
Yeah,
Gonna be huge.
if he truly works out, that is a problem.
Yeah.
But for the remaining 16 teams, we will get to those either next week or later on this week. Not sure. We'll start with the Vikings and end with the Broncos. And a lot of those teams did not have a first round pick. So going to be some interesting things going on, or some interesting thoughts with that one. But yeah, that's the episode. It's episode 83, as Zoltowski said it was. So
83, yeah.
83
The
is
doc
done.
says.
83 is complete. Always CGG. Thanks for being a Gent. We'll see you guys.
See you guys.
Bye.